ancient one. And I think the main thing that we're going to be working on is the warehouses. Currently resources can be brought from the clay pit towards the warehouse, but what we want instead, well, no, that's what we want, but what we also want is the moment the warehouse is full, that an alternative warehouse gets sought, and we also want the pottery workshops to actually visually process the clay that gets delivered there. So yeah, that's it. Let's get going. Okay. So this is my to-do list for today. I already added this resource. And now I'm going to just go past this list. Let's see what we have first. I'm gonna delete some of these things. I'm gonna delete this one here. Make a new road here. And then I'm gonna make a clay pit here. Pottery workshop here. And a warehouse here. This should work, but we'll see. There we go. And now we have some resources. I can speed it up as well. Although it's not very reliable when sped up. I still want to see what it looks like when we have a little bit more. Alright, now it's full. So what it instead should do is find another warehouse. There isn't any, so it's just going to keep delivering resources here. And we probably, like the moment it spawns, it should check the destination and it should set the destination. So I'm gonna open this dude guy person. Hello? Oh, oops. This is the AI destination setter. Pretty sure we don't need this one. I'm not sure why this is even active. I think this can be removed completely. Because we're using this one. We have a warehouse to move to. And we have this target, but the target's going to be replaced. Weakness dies. Alright, so let's first check if it works without that functionality. Step into the savage room. Delivery card. We have the delivery card here. And we have this script that we don't need, I think. So I'm gonna remove it and then I'm gonna test if it still works. If it still does, then we didn't need it. Don't save. Alright, so let's start with a pottery workshop that we don't need at all. Then a clay pit that we do actually need. And then a warehouse that we also need to test this. Road, road. There we go. You see the clay accumulating here? Also this red should only be visible. I'm not placing anything, am I? No, this is clear ground. And I just right clicked, so I'm gonna check the build manager really quick. I don't understand why it sometimes freezes when I do this. There's not that much going on. Like, the editor is frozen right now. And then it unfreezes, but, you know, sneakily somehow. Thanks, man. So what are we going to do? We are going to look at what are we currently placing. Road tiles, work tiles. Ah, type to place is deselected. So what we need to do here. Because this also determines the red light that you just saw. Which is this one. Building preview, red light. This sets it to false. Okay, but we only need to do that if tile type to place is not selected. This should already fix it. Same, we should do the same for the green light. Because when we've deselected, we don't want any indicators. Road. Now it's red. Now I'm gonna right click. And if I hover over it again, it now doesn't light up. So that's perfect. So we already did two things. I'm gonna go to the correct project. So we did two things. Removed immigrant script from delivery card. And we also removed red and green placement effect when not placing anything. We could take that last one step further actually. And just... is this an update function? Start, where's the update? Update function, update, here we are. Yeah. So we could also do this. If it's deselected, then set these two to false. Because I just noticed that when you stop selecting or placing stuff, then the red effect will persist. Unless you move the mouse and this actually gets updated. So let's try that again. Replacing a house. Red, green, green, red. Okay, now I'm right clicking, and before this red effect would stay. We'll see what happens if I right click. It's gone. Perfect, so that's also solved. And green effect now also disappear when we enter the select mode. Unity. Okay. gonna post this in the team's Discord as well to keep them up to date. This is a tiny bit annoying, to be honest. That it's split up into 2 lines, but it's probably my fault for using it incorrectly. Thomas GameDev. Desktop. You rise, you fall, and then you rise again. They scratch me, they scrape me. Cool. So what's next? Check if warehouse is full. Try another one if we can't use the first one. So we no longer need this. Don't need this. We do need this. So close all but this. I did actually need a few more of those. This isn't used, so I can remove this. Isn't used, so I can remove this. And now let's open one of the scripts we just closed. Because we have this new and advanced resource generator that uses stuff and a coding method or technique that I've never used before, but I am using it now because I asked ChatGPT to write questions. However, there is something that actually sets the destination of this, which happens here. Okay, this also isn't used, so we can also remove this. Trying to keep it somewhat clean. Start delivering goods, deliver goods with delay. There's this thing that we just saw below. Resource stick, and update resource models. Okay. Right, so this thing checks for the closest warehouse. We should rework this to be a separate function. Because we want to have multiple warehouses, we want to do checks if they're full or not, and if we put that all into this function, it's going to be a mess. We want to have several smaller functions, and even if it's used by a bunch of other scripts, for instance, we don't even want to put it in the resource generator script, but make like a helper class that all sorts of objects can access. For now though, let's add some clean it up used code. Okay, so we're gonna make a new method with a type game object, and it's going to be called, which is going to return a game object, and it's going to be called get closest delivery destination. What we're going to input is a position, like the position of the delivery cart. Delivery cart position. And spawn position, yeah. Okay. I think we just need this. Uh-huh. Since we're using transform.position here anyway, I don't think we need to input the delivery cart position. It does look nicer and more clean to do it though. So yeah, let's do it anyway. Alright, so this should now work, but I can clean it up. Yeah, I'm just gonna base it on what we currently have, so I am going to reset it to what we just had. Makes it a bit cleaner at least. And here we do use that one. All right. So here we are looping over the warehouses. And then we also want to loop over. Yeah, I think we need a bunch of lists here. So we have a warehouse list. I want a pottery, workshop list, play with list. We should change the order of these. It makes more sense because the clay is the raw material and the pottery is the end resource. So we not only want to do this, but we also want to go over the bloop bloop plop plop pottery workshop list. Yep. Workshop pottery workshop. Okay, so I'm going to put each pottery thing into a list, and I am going to try to create a somewhat clever function for it. So we have the pottery workshop, and I'm going to add a component, add to global list. And here we are just going to add a list of names. Should I do it like this? I think so. Yeah, alright. So we're gonna have a void start. And we are going to have a resource type. Type of building. This might not catch all the solutions because there might be buildings that don't have a resource type and still need to be added to the list. So how are we going to do this? I think we're going to make a new enumeration. Yeah. Building type. We're gonna have none. We're gonna have pottery. We're gonna have house. We're gonna have warehouse. We're gonna have play. And I'm gonna stick to the order that I used before. Warehouse first, clay, pottery in the house. Prefecture, engineer. Well, what else do we have? Market. You name it. Alright, so we're gonna have a switch statement here. And we're gonna have ChatGPT generated because I am, I wouldn't say lazy, but it saves my tired fingers some work. I'm gonna make one example. If type of building equals building type dot workshop pottery. Yeah. Then global variables dot pottery workshop list dot add this dot game object. And we're also going to do private void on destroy or on disable. And this is going to be on enable, which also happens when we start up. Okay, so now we have this basis. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go to ChatGPT. I'm gonna throw this in here. Oh, I'm first going to give it some instructions. Turn the if statements into switch statements. Include all the building types. This should be enough for him to use the context to fix it all. You only did pottery, please also do the others. Cool, this should work. I'm gonna copy this all, put this back in here. We don't have all these lists yet. Clay bit list. Clay bit list. Prefecture list. Yeah. For a second. Save. Yep, that fixes all of those. Cool, so now we have a system in place for this. We can go here and we can... Damn you! What do you mean you don't derive from normal behavior? You literally do. Remove. Okay, fine. Did the name get changed or something? Did I miss that? I think it did. No. Add to global list.cs. Add to global list. It's a mono behavior. What do you mean it cannot be found? Oh, and now it works. Alright. I'm gonna make this one public. And now we can set this as a pottery. So basically what this is going to do, whenever I place one of them, it's going to see like, hey, we have a pottery workshop. I'm gonna add it to the pottery workshop list. I should actually pottery workshop, clay pit, house, prefecture, engineer, well, market, yeah. And I shouldn't change it the way I'm doing it right now. I should do it like this, clay pit, pottery workshop. If you do Control R, then it also updates it in all other scripts, or like this one. These should all work now. Maybe this one updates correctly, I'm not sure. It does, perfect, cool. Buildings now get added to their respective lists. And the reason we needed this in the first place is because we have this resource generator and we have to have all the pottery workshops in the pottery workshop list, then find the closest distance. And we also need to do a check, a game object, bool is storage full, and we need to add that to this check. So first we're gonna check is the storage full, if not then or the distance. The wool, damn it. This is going to cause some issues, because it's going to loop all over all the warehouses. Then it's going to check which is closest, and if that one is closest, then it will assign that as the closest warehouse. However, we should first check if there's... Oh yeah, okay, no, so if we just do this, then it should first check if the storage is full, and then do a distance check. The only question is this more efficient to do this first or this? Because the way it works, this if statement, it first will do this check, then it will in the background make a new if statement and then do this check. So the question is this vector tree distance more efficient than this storage full script that I'm going to be writing? And since I'm going to be using some get components here, I think this is more efficient. So later on I should probably move this here, make that a new if statement, and then only set these variables if the storage isn't full. But for now this will work more reliably. But how are we going to check this? We are going to input, I think, a game object. Storage to check. And then we're going to do storage to check dot get component. And that component is going to be resources. Oh, good one. I need to inspect the warehouse for this. Okay, so the warehouse has a list of resources, and it's called warehouse storage. What does a pottery workshop have? It has a resource generator. So we need to be able to handle both of those things. Or we need to incorporate these two into one script. This is the resource generator. This is already how many lines? 180. And then we have the warehouse script with the storage, which is already 110. Actually, this can now be removed because we have this one. Nice. I do think these two should be separate for now, so I think we'll just have to check both. Which I don't like. I'm gonna... yeah, I'm gonna do that based on list. So we can first just check the type. And we're going to start with the pottery. So for pottery workshops, we need to check the resource generator. And what we need to check there is it should always have a resource generator. Is storage full? Nice. Or I already wrote that. Does it already work? I am a bit of an idiot. Because this script is checking itself. That's silly, man. Yeah, I'm being a little bit silly here. Because we have the closest delivery destination. We need to check the warehouse list. Maybe the delivery aspect or the delivery destination needs to be elsewhere. Actually, yeah, but this is going to be recursive now. It's going to check itself and then it's going to check itself. That doesn't make sense. I'm just going to split it up like this and maybe refactor it later. This needs to be publicly accessible. And then we are going to count the resources or something. How are we gonna do this? Somewhere. These are the resource models, these are the raw materials. Delivery card to spawn. Am I confused with the warehouse? No, I am not. Okay, so I need to figure out... Oh wait, this is just a resource generator. And we have an amount, increase resource. Generated is resource limit. Can a resource generator be full? That's the first question. Yes, it can be. But when? When the generated resource is full. Yeah, okay, I can just check this. If the generated resource amount is smaller than global variables dot resource limit, resource pile size, is that the one? Where is this one actually used? Something like this. Okay. It's gonna access the resource generator, then it's gonna get the amount, then it's going to check if it's smaller. If so, then it's going to return false. Else. No, this is not correct. Actually, this is correct. For warehouses, it's different. If we have an open file, or there is a current file that isn't full. No, actually, I'm just going to check if there's an open pile, and we're not going to top it off. So if there's one thing in a pile, then there will remain one thing in the pile until it's empty, and then it will, yeah. Cool. So we have the warehouse storage. And what resources do we have? We have the resource slots. Not resource slots. Not count. Is that what we're looking for? List size, count. No, we don't have the resource slots. We have the resources list. That's what we want to check. Yeah. And also, this is not the way we want to check it. Is it? No, sorry. No, this is the way we want to check it, because the count will reduce if we remove a resource, so that's good. So we want to check if it's smaller than 8. Yeah. And here we want to check if it's smaller than resource limit per load, which is 4, so if the generated resource amount is smaller than 4. Okay. This is for the pottery workshop. This is for the warehouse. Let's align it a bit better. Cool. Coding convention says that I need to start this with a big I. Alright, so this is going over the pottery workshop list. And I think it should do that before the warehouse list. I think so, because we want to deliver to sell your soul to me. Yeah, and we should only do this if resource type equals resource type dot pottery clay, because only clay can get delivered. So yeah. Yeah. So if this resource generator is producing clay, then it will first check all the pottery workshops. It will then check if the pottery workshop is full. Yeah, so this is a storage to check. It gets that component. It does check the building type first, which is pottery workshop, correct? And then it checks the distance. Then if this is all correct and it is the closest one, then it will select the pottery workshop. Then it will start checking the warehouses. And eventually it will return whatever is closest. However, before we go to warehouses, if we have a valid closest drop-off port like a workshop, then deliver there first. Since we only deliver to warehouses if workshops. Cool. Cool. If closest warehouse isn't null, return closest warehouse. And then this code shouldn't be reached. this should work, unless I've missed something. We can try it out. First iteration of workshop or warehouse. Yeah. And this might not work unless we make the pottery workshop also accessible by roads. Let's see. Tile occupants, yeah. It might not be able to reach the pottery workshop because it's in the layered tile occupants. Maybe I should put it in the warehouse then. Yeah, I'm going to change that for now, simply for navigation purposes, and then we'll see what happens. So, what we have is a road, we have a warehouse, we have some pottery barns here with a connecting road, and then a bunch of clay pits. And what should happen is the first few should go here. Actually, all of them should go there because there should be plenty of room, and they're checking it at the same time. However, nothing is spawning, and that's probably because there's an error, which is this. At the same time, let's check the navigation. The navigation itself looks good. See, this is where you can navigate over. I'll be right back, however. I need to eat really quickly. Back in a sec. Okay, so what's this complaining about? data. I'm not quite sure what's going wrong here. We have some clay pits. Who should be added to the clay list, actually. Pottery workshop stacked correctly. Warehouse is stacked correctly. Did the list get messed up or something? Building play scripts. Do we have that here somewhere? In-game build menu. House, market, well, engineer, clay pit, pottery workshop, and warehouse. Okay. So, I'm not quite sure what's happening here. So, what I'm gonna do first is I'm gonna see if something got added to the list. And what we're also going to do is go to the resource generator. And then we get the target position. So I'm just gonna add that word because that also makes it clear, and I don't have to debug an extra line just to make things more clear for myself. Clay bits. Click, 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 click. Warehouse. Pottery workshop. And a nice little road to connect them all. And then I'm gonna play focus so that I can actually read stuff. Giving resource, giving resource. Ooh, I missed the first one. I'm gonna pause it as soon as I get the error. There's no error yet. Or as soon as a pile clears. Like now. Coincidentally, same thing. So it did get here. Interesting. So what's the issue? There should at least be one thing in the warehouse list. We can switch this around. We don't even need this check anymore. Because we're already checking if there is a warehouse in the storage full. Yeah, so we don't need to do that anyway. That being said, it should have a warehouse in the warehouse list. Ah, I get it. Maybe the naming is different. Warehouse list, like so. And now we're gonna look here. Where's the warehouse? Here. Should be good. So we have this warehouse. Type of building, warehouse. Correct. So it's gonna see on enable, hey, it's a warehouse. Let's add it to the warehouse list. Should I do it on start or on enable? Let's keep on enable because we might pull it later. Will that trigger start as well? Yeah, I think so. Ooh, yeah, I should also see if that happens. So let's check for that one first. Let's play. Clear this. Press this. Click this. And pause. Yeah, so we never got there. And that is because of this. But we already have a warehouse. Interesting. I'm gonna change it to start, but I don't think that's the case. Clear, warehouse, click. Okay, so we get that bug twice. I'm really unsure why we're getting these issues, because this is a warehouse. Does Unity determine the execution order like that? Like so. And if that doesn't work, I can always go back to the thing I just changed, which is this. Yeah, exact same line of code, so I'm not quite sure why it's being difficult over this. Maybe it's because of the order. I just changed that, we'll see. I mean, this list does exist, so I'm not quite sure why it's being so difficult. Ah, I get it. Is it because of this? I hope it's not because of this, but it could be. It could be because of this. Let's try again. I probably didn't initiate the list. Yep, that was it. Okay. What that does mean is I need to do this. Oops. This, 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 and then I need to do this, this. Could have been made easier. Not the biggest deal. But okay, that should solve that issue. Vacant plots, house list, warehouse list. Yeah. Okay. Let's check it again. See if it actually works. We're gonna make a road. We're gonna have 2 or 3 pottery buildings, 1 warehouse, and then we're going to have some clay pits. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Also good. Going here. But it's not delivering anything, so... But we're getting closer. The issue is here. We're not dropping anything off because we are aiming for warehouses. So we need to add a proper check here. Yep. Stop. We are getting closer. I think I used to copy paste on both lines simply because then I can still copy paste this if this gets too long. Let me check on my phone really quickly what everything sounds like. Test, test, test. Cool, yeah. I was checking what type of music you guys hear and how's that in comparison with my voice. So here we need to do something smart. We have this resource generator. Public resource type. Okay then. Okay then. One, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. If we're delivering, what was it, clay? Yeah, I'm being a little bit dumb right here. Because this could still be resource generator. So we don't need to know what the warehouse type to move to is. Okay, feel that. Well, hold on. This one's got the. Yeah. So, big think, small think. We don't need to check for this. No, because we can just check it like this. If we're doing this, else if no. Stand up right now. Increase. Resources tick, update, resources tick. No, we shouldn't use the increase. That, no. Increase resource, yeah, that's the generated resource. Increase raw material. Raw. Increase required resource. Is this just... Yeah, okay. Alright. So here we just need to do that's required resource. We don't even need that function that we just made. It cannot. Oh, oops, my bad. Give me a hell, give me a yeah. We don't need this, because we're doing it directly. If we are delivering to a workshop or other transformative resource transform building, just increase the required resource amount. If we are delivering to a warehouse, add resources the normal way. The destination should already be good, so let's give this a try. Does it do the full check? No, the full check is being done elsewhere. Warehouse here. Pottery here, here, here. Clay pit here, here, here. Do they spawn in the first place or do they throw an error? Rum ruffle. They spawn. Do they deliver? Oof. I'm not sure that counts as a delivery. I'm not quite sure what happened there. What do we have? We don't have an increase in the required resource, so that's not going well. Oh, okay, so now... Okay then. Is it instantly... Oh. Oh. It actually created the resource instantly, then spawned 2 guys to deliver it to the warehouse. So if I just disable this guy, the other ones might just deliver it. So it's half working. Yep. Half awesome. Delivery. Cards. I want to remove the collisions from this dude. Ignore raycast. think these should all become transparent. No, this subject only. Ignore raycast. Yes, change children. So now they might no longer block other stuff. Ooh, we do need the animation on this guy. Okay, and the other question is, so we just delivered stuff to the pottery workshop. And it instantly created the new resources. So here we increased our required resource. And here it checks if we have raw materials. So that would have turned into yes. Then if the counter is less than... the counter's never increased here. Reset resource stick. Counter is counter interval. Counter interval is a public float. Yeah, which is set to 0. So we're gonna set this to 5 seconds by default. Okay, let's have a look. Batch. Oh, this is fun, boys, guys, persons, people. We have a warehouse. We have a pottery. Oops, my bad. We have a clay pit. See, it instantly delivered, so it's still going wrong. But we could see it went here. It transformed the resources instantly, and now it's going to the warehouse. So we're definitely in the right direction. But I can just check here. Counter interval. Okay, so I don't know why it did it instantly. Alright, I'm gonna do it again. And I'm just gonna do it frame by frame as soon as it gets near. So, warehouse, clay pit, pottery thingy, a road to connect them all. Go, 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 go. Slow, 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 slow. Pause, clear. We have this pottery workshop, counter set to 5, counter interval. What do we have? Resources per tick. The counter isn't decreasing. Which makes sense, because we don't have the resource yet. Getting closer. Arrived at warehouse, sure. Resource per tick 1, resource limit 4. And now it should disappear. It disappeared. It completed the delivery. We have 4 of the required resource. And we have 4 of the generated resource. I'm not sure how that happened. Now they're both going to 0. And now we have the new delivery. So I just need to figure out how is it getting that generated resource. Okay. So this is going from 0 to 4. Which means we'll have this. Oh, actually, we can just check it like this as well. Hey. Why won't it let me update this? Ah. Who? This is also incorrect. It should be generating pottery. So what does this have? Pottery. Okay, I'm a little bit confused how it's working. Yeah, it should be good. Do you think that will fix the issue? Pottery workshop. Okay, so what's going on here? The generated resource is being set. Is new resource is this is generate. This is a required one, which is this type. Okay. Something fishy is going on, and I'm not sure what it is yet, but I need to pee again. Back in a sec. you want to go to mother? Oh. Yeah, my bad. This is different than this. Oh, I'm back by the way. We have this one. Required resource. Type is resource requirement. Oh, but this should be fine then. I'm a bit confused. Wait. Centipede. I am a little bit confused. Because why? Oh, why? Ah, no. Generated resource. Ah. Wait. Whoa, baby. Wait, this is weird. Setup storage. We have the generated resource, which is of the type resource type, which is fine. Then we have the required resource. Why was that in there? Type is resource requirement. Okay. This is the end. Must have been a typo. What happens if I make a workshop now? Pottery. Cancel. Go down. Pottery workshop. Ah, okay. So now that does seem to work properly. Let's see if the rest actually works as intended. One road like so, one like so. Clear, clear. Okay. Alright. Clear. We have counter 5, counter interval 5, 0 required resource, 0 generated resource. This one should go to 4 now. Arrived at warehouse. Completed delivery, which is 4. Perfect. And it's starting to work. Nice. Let's increase time. Okay, so the required resource doesn't decrease. But we're getting there. Look, it's working. It's working, it's working! Required resource doesn't decrease. Delivery still happens to the workshop, even if it still has resources in it. Yes, and you know why that is the case? I will tell you why that is the case. Maybe it should just top it off. Alright, so 2 issues. Not here, also not here. Maybe here, probably here. Cool, so we have here this, and then we have the generated resource. Increase resource, yeah. Required resource, one. Let's try it out, maybe it works well now. We do not know. Warehouse. Clay pits. Pottery thingy. Road. Another pottery thingy. Longer road. Even more pottery buildings. I'm gonna pause it for a sec so that I can find this one. Very nice. 3, 2, 1. Hey, was that just good timing? Let's check it out. Okay, so it's still delivering to them. It shouldn't do that. Yeah, okay, so it's still doing this check incorrectly. We don't need closest destination, we need yeah. If storage is not full. Ah. My bad. This should fix it. Bloop, 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 bloop. Let me tell you about the birds and the bees. Okay, I'm gonna record this. Gonna make a clay pit. Oops, gonna make a road. Gonna make a warehouse here. Damn it, no, I'm gonna do it again. Okay, let's test the resource system. Let's test the resource system. We're gonna start with making some pottery buildings and a warehouse, a road to connect them, and some clay pits to produce the raw materials. Gonna wait a few seconds. So how this should work is this one should get full resources, then deliver it to this one, or whatever is the closest pottery building. Perfect. That one should not have gone there, and that one also shouldn't have gone there, because the required resource pile is full. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Let's check out the resource system. I'm gonna make a few pottery buildings. I'm gonna make a warehouse. I'm gonna make a clay pit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another clay pit. And another clay pit. And connect them all with a road. So what should happen now is this one should be done first. You can tell by the amount of clay. It's going to the warehouse, okay? That's not what should happen. That's definitely not what should happen. Alright, let's test the resource system. I'm gonna place a pottery building here, here, and here. A warehouse here. And then a clay pit here. And waiting a few seconds until something shows up here. And another. And now I'm going to create a road to connect it all. So how this should work is as soon as there's a clay delivery and enough is being generated, and it should prioritize workshops, which it's doing. Then, if there's a new delivery and one of them is full, it should go to another. Perfect. Let's see what happens with this one. This one should deliver it here. And then if this one is just in time and all these three are full, then it should deliver it here. Just too late. Now it's gonna go here. So it is largely working, but the system isn't reserved yet. And this should be generating wine instead of clay, and these shouldn't block each other. So we're closer, but no dice yet. We'll continue later. Same for the stream actually, guys. I'm gonna take a quick break, but after the break I'm gonna continue, obviously. Stuff gets delivered. Alright, I'll stop the stream for now. I'll be right back. In an hour, I think.